So I created this slideshow to sort of help put things in a reasonably organized manner. All right, here's the sample timeline. If you are like me and you want to do all, and I mean all of the studying you can do for free, in midsummer, and perhaps even earlier than this, I actually started studying for the GRE in March before I took it. So consider that. Consider your own study habits. Consider your own study habits and your other responsibilities and motivations. So June here, I think, is the latest to start studying for this timeline. Early is always better. One tip that I have for you is, I think, the most magical tip. And it's been 15 years now since this math teacher by the name of Keshwani put GRE I guess training studying videos on YouTube. 15, somewhere around there. He got them on YouTube very early in YouTube's life. I mean, YouTube's only been around since 2006. It's only been around for coming up on 15 years now. So like, he's been on there for a while, and we found him a decade ago, and we were like, this is a revelation. What he does is he teaches you how to do the comparison questions, among the other ones as well. But I think the real gold here is the comparison questions, because these are really hard to do. And what a lot of people tend to do on this part of the test is try to solve these comparison questions to their completion. And you don't have time to do that. You have like 25 questions and 20 minutes. You cannot sit there and do all 25 questions and solve them to completion. They're going to take you more than a minute per, right? And so you're going to run out of time, and running out of time and not answering questions is definitely going to affect your score in the negative direction. So look at how he does it. Look at how he does it. They are so good, and I will always talk about this guy. I looked him up last year, actually. All of his videos are still there. I really hope they are. I didn't check today before I offered it, but you know, it's there. And then register, of course, for it. I took my GRE in September, early September. But my advice, again, not to do what I did, is to actually take it in August, because if you take it in August and you don't do as well as you want, you still have time to take it again before the very last point at which you can take it and make sure you get your scores in on time, which is October. Okay. Talk about, and so in August here, this is on sort of like a semester sort of timeline. So that's when you're back again in school. You can talk to your advisor and and chat with your advisor about all of your plans. Like, how did the GRE go? What are the grad requirements? What are going to be the letters of recommendation situation? When are due dates? All of this stuff. Check your transcripts, all of that, right? September. If you want to, and this is to one of your questions, Ramdas, what types of questions can you ask, and when should you ask them? You should ask them only ask questions that are public-facing questions. Obviously, don't ask them private questions. Public-facing, acceptance rates, you asked earlier in chat, that's totally fine. They may not know that the answer to that question, though, and they may direct you to somebody who might know that answer to the question. Ask them if they're taking students, if they're doing an apprenticeship model, because apprenticeship models, generally speaking, go in waves. It ebbs and flows. And so, like, I'll give you an example. One of my other sort of unofficial advisors in graduate school took 2 students on for the PhD program the same year that I was taken on by my advisor. And he didn't take anyone else for another 2 years. Okay. And so people were probably emailing him like, hey, Dr. Mayer, I want to work with you. And he would probably, because he's a really nice man, he would probably say, oh, thank you so much for your interest, but I'm not planning on taking any students. So that should be your first question if it's some sort of apprenticeship model. If you are applying to work with specific individuals, ask if they're actually in the process of hiring. A lot of my colleagues who graduated around the same time that I did with our PhDs that work at PhD granting institutions have active Twitter accounts, and they will say on Twitter, yo, I'm taking students this next fall. Please apply if you know. So you don't even have to email them because they're just upfront about it. They're like, yeah, I'm accepting people. Come work with me, you know? So definitely do that. Get feedback. Obviously, I mean, the last 2 bullet points definitely are definitely what do I want to say? Fluid. Yeah. Fluid. And sometimes, yeah, Dr. Young, sometimes the websites themselves will have a little blurb under the faculty names. Like, this person is accepting students this coming application cycle. October. This is where you should get your transcripts requested, because you might have some due dates in November 1st, November 15th, November 30th, December 15th, or December 1st, December 15th, that sort of thing. Okay. No later than mid-October. That should say take GRE no later. Sorry. Take GRE no later than mid-October in an application season. Finish your CV. The template of your personal statement, if you're applying to multiple places that require, a good amount of tailoring, and if you're applying to research programs, your faculty lists. Personal statement, real quick, is that if the page limit is 4 to 6, then it would be smart to shoot for 4, not 4 to 5, 4. Always consider your audience. I would not want to read. If it's double spaced, then that's probably 2 pages single spaced. So just, depending on what they're asking for, where am I at? November, yes. Application season starts. I've seen some applications due in October. I hate those people. I did have to do, I think, 2 or 3 October 15th applications. They're punkos for asking for this, but it did the silver lining, it did spread them out. It was up against, it was so up against the clock there. I hated it so much. But generally speaking, application season starts in November. So like I said, I'm a couple of months late here. I'm not super late, but I am a couple of months late, because I have written letters of recommendation over the last few months for applications that were due in the fall. If you have to send things by mail, do your best to get them in about a week, 2 weeks. So you don't have to pay for express, and hopefully you didn't have to do anything. regarding the mail these last couple of months because they were awful. The post office was awful. Not entirely their own fault either. December? Make it a December to remember. Get a new car. No, I'm kidding. Relax. Okay. Here's the deal. As hard it is to relax, and coming from me, that is a real thing. I can't when I'm waiting. Waiting is, as Tom Petty said, is the hardest part. Okay? Oh. Try your best to relax is really what the slide should say. Try your best to relax. Because there's not going to be a single bit of information during winter break. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so here are the final tips, and then I'll probably stick around for like 10 or so minutes for any final Q&A. Okay, so final tips. Start early. It's never early. It's never too early to start early is what I want to say. It's been a long day. Personalize all of your materials. You are unique. You have never existed. Nobody like you has ever existed in the universe, and nobody will ever exist like you after you're gone. That's the coolest thing about life. You're one of a kind. Even if you're a twin, you're an identical twin. You're one of a kind. Make it so. Number one. Okay. Don't get too personal, though, because there are some application kisses of death that I might do that I might talk about on Sunday. I haven't decided what the stream is on Sunday. I'm trying to convince my son to do the human-to-human interaction spiker box, making one of us do our arms. But if not, then we'll talk about the kisses of death. Get help. From people that you know. Also, if you're having mental health struggles, please seek help as well. It's never a bad idea, in my mind, to ask for help in any domain in your life. Okay. So get the help on applications from those in the know, e.g. me. Get social support, like the fact that you can't wait during winter break because you'll go batty. So keep that in mind. Break the process down into manageable chunks. This is where the spreadsheet really comes in. Create a plan and stick to that plan. And again, spreadsheets. Okay, questions.